breaking news.
3:16 here on KHTS, continuing our breaking news coverage following this morning's tragic events at Saugus High School, where a 16-year-old male student opened fire right around 7:30 this morning, leaving two students, a 16-year-old and a 14-year-old, fatally wounded, and at least four others critically wounded. The suspect is in grave conditioning following a self-inflicted gunshot wound to the head. Joining me in studio right now, we have Alex Rubina. We have from the William S. Hart High School Board, the trustee Joe Messina, and Santa Clarita Mayor Marsha McLean. Hi, Marsha. Hi, Mayor McLean. Thank you for joining us on this busy Thursday.
Oh, sure, of course.
So where were you this morning? When did you get the news?
Well, I received a phone call this morning. I was at my home that there was a shooting at Saugus High School. I have a granddaughter who goes to Saugus High School.
Oh, no.
So immediately you get this awful, awful feeling. It's kind of indescribable. And I was able to text her. She texted me back, thank goodness, that she was in lockdown, but okay. But the feeling that I had, I'm sure every single parent who has a child both at Saugus and not at Saugus must have had the exact same feeling. And thank goodness she had a cell phone. I'm sure a lot didn't, and the parents were just left in limbo, not knowing. That is the most horrific feeling that there is.
It's total helplessness.
Yes.
And the initial urge is to go out on scene to Saugus, as Joe was saying, but, you know, that's only going to add to the commotion that's going on, that's playing out in real time.
Right. Well, thank goodness also the sheriffs were there within minutes, 2 minutes. The sheriffs were there to be able to do the control and tell parents that we know what you're going through, but we need to be able to do our business at the school first. And from what I could see, there was pure cooperation on the students' parts, the parents' parts, and that's what made it less than more horrific.
So these active shooter situations, they become increasingly prevalent across not only our state, our country as a whole. What kind of preparations do the sheriff station and all of those organizations take leading up to an event like this?
Right. Well, I was just at Peachland Elementary School for principal for a day, and she walked me through the emergency plan. And that's what's happening in all of our schools. And obviously, it was very well thought out at Saugus High School, so the kids knew exactly what to do, and they did it. When a young person gets it in their head that they need to do this, I don't know how you stop it unless you can figure out how to stop it beforehand.
Right.
There's investigation going on. I mean, were there clues? Was there an idea that he was having problems? And did he need to have an eye kept on him? We don't know. We will find that out.
Sure.
The city's working with all of the agencies to make sure that there's a thorough investigation, and we work to try and heal together.
Yeah, I mean, I've looked on social media and I've seen parody accounts, I've seen unverified accounts of this guy on Twitter, on Instagram. Is there any additional information, any new information that you could provide to the listeners?
Yeah, no, not at this time.
Not.
They're doing their investigations and going to be as thorough as they can. They're talking to the children that were there, that were witnesses, to make sure that they get the correct information. And then there's the video. I mean, there is a very succinct video as to exactly what happened and what he did. So, yeah, it's
a disturbing reality, but it is our reality. We have to take precautions for situations like this. Joe, you're lauding the orderly fashion which students, handled this active shooter situation this morning.
Well, I have to. All the reporters, everybody who saw what was going down couldn't believe how orderly that went down, how non-chaotic it was. And again, you got to give credit to the staff. You got to get credit to the drills that took place. And we were just talking about this, Alex, how the kids, the students, have faith and trust in the policemen that were on site, in the staff, and what have you. And that's what you need. You need the relationship. But I think Marshall left out a big block here, which is, it's a partnership between the city and the school district. I mean, they provided buses, they provided traffic people and all of that. We can't do that alone. Mm-hmm. All this stuff we do as a team, and we practice as a team, and we do the drills as a team. And I think that's what makes this city safe, and it makes it run so well.
Right. Well, that's what we do. We make sure that our emergency personnel know exactly what to do in any situation, and then we just jump right to it because we need to, and we need to let parents and our residents know that we're there for them, and we have come up with solutions to do the best we can during these kinds of emergencies. And we just had the fire like 2 weeks ago,
Right.
and it's the same thing. We all have to work together. We have to be prepared. But one of the most emotional things that I saw, I was at Central Park when the parents were picking up their kids. And to see the parents hugging their kids and their kids, it's really hard.
Yeah.
It's so emotional.
It's hard not to get choked up.
It
seeing that.
absolutely is. And my heart goes out to every single parent that there is. And as a grandparent, for me too.
So, is there any discussion with city officials about counseling that might be provided for the students, for the faculty, for the parents moving forward?
Well, I understand the school district is putting on a mental health and counseling event tonight
Yep.
between 5 and 7 p.m. at the city's activity center. It's also known as the center on Center Point Parkway. And so we hope that parents who have kids who are obviously, my granddaughter's in shock, my daughter said,
Of course.
when she picked her up. And so we need to get these kids some help, because I'm sure it's traumatic for them, and it's going to be a long standing trauma. And we need to hopefully make these kids healthy.
Mayor Marsha McLean, Joe Messina from the William S. Hart High School District, along with Alex Urbina, joining us on your hometown station, 98.1 FM and AM 1220. As Mayor McLean did note, there are counseling sessions set up starting around 5 p.m.
5 o'clock this
5
evening.
o'clock this evening at the center on Center Point Parkway. A vigil has been set up for Sunday at Central Park at 7 p.m. for our community. Counseling support will also be provided at Grace Baptist Church from 8 a.m. till 4 p.m. tomorrow. And counseling sessions will also be held at Real Life Church starting at 7 tonight. Mayor McLean, a busy day. Thank you so much for stopping by.
Thank you so much.
Of course. Time for a quick break. We are continuing our breaking news coverage, and we'll take a live look at traffic coming up.